Hey, welcome and happy Tu B'Av. Today is a very special and festive day called Tu B'Av, which is the 15th of the Hebrew month of Av. This is the day the Mishnah, part of our oral tradition, tells us that the young women, the Jewish women, would go out to meet their potential spouses. Why was this such a day of matchmaking and meeting in the Jewish community? Because 5 very happy and positive things took place. One of them, which took place, was the slaying of Beitar, which was the last stronghold against the Romans. In the Bar Kokhba revolt, the slain, those Jews that were killed, were allowed to be buried on this day. Now, why is that a happy occasion? So the sages teach us because when the bodies were laying out in the hot fields of Beitar for all of those years, the Romans wouldn't let us in to bury our dead, but somehow, by a miracle, the bodies were preserved. And when the Jews got in there, they could actually perform a proper Jewish burial. Now I ask you, how is that worthy of celebration? How is that one of the 5 positive things why we have Tu B'Av, this Jewish Valentines Day? And the answer is because we in Judaism appreciate whatever positive thing we can get. Even if something as catastrophic as the Bar Kokhba revolt being put down, and thousands of Jews being killed, but within that catastrophe there was one little glimmer of hope and light, which was that we could give our brethren a proper burial, which is very important in Jewish tradition. But it's even more important, I would argue, to be able to appreciate the positive things in life, even sometimes when they come in negative packages. We still grab on and make a blessing over the positive. That's one of the 4 blessings in our Grace After Meals, Birkat Hamazon. We make the blessing, Hatov HaMeitiv, God who is good and does good, over the burial of the slain of Beitar, which doesn't sound like a very positive thing, but it is, because there was a little something good in there. And in our own lives, let's think to ourselves for a minute. Something doesn't go right, but there's something good. Can we grab onto the positive? Can we be focused on the good in our lives and recite a blessing, even when something is good, but it isn't perfect, but it's got something, a glimmer of hope to it? And that's my message and my blessing to all of us as we enter the Shabbat and as we celebrate Tu B'Av, is to find the good things in our lives, even if they're not perfect, even if they're small, and celebrate them and be grateful. Shabbat Shalom. Happy Tu B'Av.